Hey everyone! Welcome to Update X24H, your go-to channel for the latest news, hottest dramas, breaking stories, and all the buzz from the world of entertainment. We're here to keep you updated, entertained, and always in the loop. Hit that subscribe button and join our growing family. Because here at Update X24H, we bring you the news that matters, the drama you love, and the stories you can't miss. Thanks for being part of our community. Let's stay connected, stay updated, and keep the good vibes rolling.
Imagine this. The eternal bachelor of Asia, Jerry Yan, finally ties the knot at the age of 48. But what truly shocked the world wasn't just his secret wedding. It was the dazzling surprise that awaited every guest. The master of ceremonies were none other than Liu Yuning and Zhao Lusi. Yes, you heard that right. Two of China's brightest stars stepping onto the stage, side by side, to guide one of the most unforgettable nights in Asian entertainment history. The release of exclusive footage from Jerry Yan's secret wedding set the entertainment world on fire, not just because of the revelation itself, but because of the way it shattered long-held perceptions. For decades, Jerry had been the eternal bachelor, a symbol of untouchable romance, the man who had defined an era with his role in Meteor Garden. Many fans had quietly believed he would never walk down the aisle, that his life would remain suspended in that image of timeless independence. But when the world discovered he had finally found someone to share his life with, the reaction was nothing short of explosive. This was more than a piece of celebrity news. It was a moment that carried the weight of nostalgia, longing, and the realization that even the icons of our youth eventually embrace change. What made the revelation even more remarkable was the presence of Liu Yuning and Zhao Lusi as masters of ceremony. Their appearance together was not anticipated, and in fact, no one could have predicted that Jerry would entrust such an important role to two stars who, while celebrated in their own right, had never been closely associated with him before. It was a decision that surprised even industry insiders, and yet, once the first clip surfaced, it all seemed to make sense. Liu Yuning, with his powerful stage presence and ability to blend music with emotion, and Zhao Lusi, whose charm and warmth could light up even the most reserved gathering, proved to be the perfect pair to guide the evening. The global response reflected just how deeply this moment resonated. From Seoul to New York, from Bangkok to Paris, fans reacted with a mix of disbelief and joy. Some celebrated Jerry's happiness with tears of relief. Others marveled at the sheer chemistry of the hosting duo. The conversations quickly shifted from shock to admiration, from curiosity about the bride to fascination with the bond that seemed to exist between Liu Yuning and Zhao Lusi. The wedding became more than a private event. It transformed into a cultural touchpoint, a reminder of how stories can transcend borders, and how a single evening can ripple across nations. In that instant, the boundaries of language, geography, and generation seemed to blur, leaving behind a shared sense of awe. When the ceremony finally began, the atmosphere was charged with a sense of wonder that few had anticipated. It was Liu Yuning who stepped forward first, not simply as a performer, but as a storyteller weaving emotion into every note. He had prepared something unique for Jerry Yan, a song written especially for the occasion, one that drew threads from the timeless melodies of F4's past while layering in his own signature style. The music rose and fell like a tide, carrying the guests into a space where memory and present reality became one. For those who had grown up with Meteor Garden, the echoes of that era resonated deeply, reminding them of a time when Jerry Yan was not only a star, but a symbol of youthful hope and romance. Yet Liu Yuning's performance was not about nostalgia alone. It was a bridge, a way of honoring the legacy while also celebrating a new beginning. His voice, powerful and raw, was both an offering and a blessing, a tribute that transcended the role of an entertainer and became something far more intimate. As the final chords faded, Zhao Lusi walked gracefully to the center of the stage. She carried no script in her hands, but her words poured out with a sincerity that left the room breathless. She spoke of love not as a fleeting spark but as a journey, a partnership built on patience, trust, and the courage to open one's heart. Her reflections touched on friendship, on the way certain connections sustain us through the storms of life, and on the rare beauty of moments when love and community come together to witness something sacred. There was nothing rehearsed about her delivery. It felt spontaneous, heartfelt, almost as if she were speaking on behalf of every guest in attendance who had ever known love in all its fragile strength. The combination of these two performances, song and speech, music and words, set the tone for the rest of the evening. Guests found themselves swept into an emotional current that oscillated between celebration and reflection. Some were moved to tears. Others smiled with the kind of warmth that comes only from seeing someone they admire find happiness. What Liu Yuning and Zhao Lusi achieved in those moments was extraordinary. They were not merely fulfilling their duties as masters of ceremony. They were shaping the emotional narrative of the wedding itself. They created a rhythm that carried the event forward, allowing it to flow seamlessly from jubilant highs to tender silences. Observers could not help but notice the natural harmony between the two. There was no sense of competition, no forced coordination. Instead, their presence complemented each other. His strength and resonance balanced by her grace and compassion. Together they embodied the dual nature of love itself, the power to inspire and the power to heal. For Jerry Yan and his bride, this pairing offered more than entertainment. It was a gift, a reminder that their union was not only a private commitment, but also a celebration shared with those who believed in the enduring power of human connection. By the end of that opening sequence, it had become clear to everyone present that they were witnessing something unforgettable. The wedding was no longer just an intimate ceremony. It had transformed into a living memory, one that would be recounted again and again in the years to come. And at the heart of it all stood Liu Yuning and Zhao Lusi, not simply as celebrities, but as companions guiding an audience through the beauty of love in all its forms. What lingered in the air after their opening was not just admiration for a polished performance, but a quiet recognition that something deeper had been revealed. The way Liu Yuning and Zhao Lusi moved together on stage seemed almost instinctive, as though each understood the rhythm of the other without the need for rehearsal or signal. It was in the way he would step back just enough to let her words resonate, and the way she would pause so that his voice could fill the silence. Their harmony suggested more than a professional collaboration. It hinted at a bond forged through understanding, respect, and perhaps an unspoken affection that no one had anticipated. Guests whispered among themselves, asking if this seamless partnership could really be explained by preparation alone. Some believed it was simply two consummate professionals rising to the occasion, while others were convinced there was a personal closeness that allowed them to read each other so effortlessly. Whatever the truth, the effect was undeniable. The celebration felt less like a carefully managed event and more like a living, breathing expression of love, amplified by those chosen to guide it. For Jerry Yan, this was particularly moving. Known for his guarded nature and reluctance to share his private world, he seemed visibly touched by the way Liu Yuning and Zhao Lusi carried the evening. At moments when the weight of emotion threatened to overwhelm him, they steadied the atmosphere, reminding everyone present that this was a day of joy. Their balance of energy, his intensity and her warmth, offered a mirror to the very essence of marriage itself, the blending of different strengths into a union that is stronger than its parts. What made these moments unforgettable was not grandeur or spectacle, but the authenticity that radiated from them. In a world where celebrity events often feel orchestrated for the cameras, this wedding became something else entirely. It felt intimate, real, and profoundly human. The chemistry between Liu Yuning and Zhao Lusi became a vessel through which the guests, and later the world, could witness not only Jerry Yan's happiness, but also the quiet beauty of genuine connection. And perhaps that was why the night resonated so strongly, because it reminded everyone, whether fan or friend, that love is never just about two people. It is about the community that surrounds them, the stories that shape them, and the rare magic that occurs when hearts align in perfect harmony. And here's something many didn't see behind the scenes. Liu Yuning and Zhao Lusi weren't just hosts. They had worked closely with planners for days, fine-tuning every moment, every transition, every emotional beat. From coordinating their elegant costume changes to balancing high-energy performances with quiet, heartfelt pauses, they weren't simply hired talent. They were part of Jerry Yan's story that night. The highlight? During the couple's first dance, Liu Yuning and Zhao Lusi stepped back, their eyes reflecting pure joy for their friend. No spotlight, no performance, just two stars respecting a sacred moment. And that perhaps was the most touching scene of all. Across Asia, hashtags about the wedding skyrocketed. Fans celebrated, cried, debated, and speculated endlessly. But whether you're a longtime admirer of Jerry Yan, a fan of Liu Yuning's music, or captivated by Zhao Lusi's charm, one thing became clear. This wasn't just another celebrity wedding. This was a cultural moment, one that bridged generations, connected fans worldwide, and reminded us why we fall in love with stories, with music, and with people. So what do you think? Was this just an unforgettable collaboration? Or did we just witness the spark of something bigger between Liu Yuning and Zhao Lusi? Only time will tell. But one thing's for sure, the magic of that night will echo for years to come. Thank you for watching Update X24H, where we bring you the most inspiring, dramatic, and unforgettable moments from the world of entertainment. Don't forget to hit subscribe, share this video with your friends, and turn on the notification bell, because the next big story is already on its way. Until then, stay inspired, stay curious, and we'll see you in the next update.